Hi guys, Brian here from the City Back Pain Programme. So I just want to answer a little question that I get pretty frequently, and if I'm honest, it's one of the things that really annoys me when I hear of, clients and people I know going to see, other therapists. Big question I always get is that, a lot of people when they've got back pain, they always say that their hamstrings are tight. So then they ask me, should I stretch my hamstrings? Now, on the face of it, you might think it's quite a sensible thing to do. If you've got a tight, stiff muscle, generally you want your muscles to be kind of, flexible and able to move. The trouble is with the hamstrings and back pain is there's a reason why they're tight. Now, full disclosure, I don't think I've ever, in my 11 years, given any guys that have had back pain, hamstring stretches to do, that I'm aware of. Reason is because long term it's absolutely useless, waste of time, and it could, depending on how you do a stretch, actually be more dangerous for you. So if we look at it, if we've got a back pain issue, it generally means there's a lack of stability, and especially if you've got the bulges are coming out this way in your discs, if you have got disc bulges, and you spend too much time like this, so the body's not very stable, especially around here in terms of what we call lateral stability. So your body's got to kind of reach down the chain to try and use other muscles to somehow get some stability and lock that spine straight to protect it from further injury. So one of the most common muscle groups your body's going to use, especially if the glutes are kind of weak and aren't doing, kind of inhibited, I guess, and not doing much, is that your body will reach down, it will try and grab your hamstrings to try and pull you back up straight. But obviously when it does that, you kind of lose the ability to walk, and as you walk, because the hammies are tight and your body's using for stability, as you walk, it's got to kind of let them go for a split second and switch them back on again. And in that split second, everything's a bit unstable and it kind of aggravates the back. But if you understand that the body's trying to use that as a compensation for something else, then you can see that if you take away that stability by stretching the hamstrings, it's probably going to make things a lot worse for two reasons. One is that you've got this last line of stability your body's trying to get to protect you from damage. You suddenly take it away. It will feel good in the short term because it's kind of like an analgesic effect. It kind of takes away that tightness and you kind of thought, it'll feel pretty good. But the next day you probably find, oh my God, the back, it's actually worse because it's more unstable again. The other thing is as well, as I see a lot of guys, they've got stiff hammies, they've got back pain, and they do this sort of stretch where they kind of touch their toes. Now, if you understand the mechanics of a disc injury, especially if you've got it so that the disc injury where disc herniation is coming out this way, every time you compress and bend your back that way, it's going to make it worse for the long term and actually push more of that nucleus out the disc. You'll lose more disc height and it's going to put more pressure onto your actual spinal nerve just behind the discs. So when you do stuff like this, at best it isn't going to help you long term, and at worst it could make the actual underlying issue far, far worse for you. So short answer is, should I stretch my hamstrings? Probably not. That's not to say once you've got stability further down the line you might need to do some ability work on the hammies, but I generally find for pretty much 99.9% of the people that I see, I certainly don't want to start with that, and I probably never will have to actually stretch them out. Instead, I approach it from if the body's trying to use this for stability, what can we do, what's not working around here that we need to build up and get working again so that the body hasn't got to use the hamstrings to try and protect the back. Okay, 2 for 2.